let's just talk about Chris Christie, because Margaret, he's straddling this very, very tricky divide for many Republicans of being all things to all men. It's very electable, of course. Does it help his party that he hasn't parachuted a Republican in here?
No, and frankly, he's not interested in helping his party. Why? Because he's interested in getting reelected in a blue state as a GOP governor. And frankly, if Republicans are interested in playing in the Northeast and playing in New England, they should study what Chris Christie is doing. It was actually really savvy what he did today. He was genuinely concerned about showing up on the ballot and having an African-American turnout actually pull down his numbers, because he needs a huge reelection win if he's going to be a viable contender in 2016. And so by having a special election and not having Cory Booker on the ballot, he was actually able to get around both issues and say, the blue state, New Jersey, is going to choose who they want there. I'm not going to pick a crony.
I've never known you to be so cynical. People act as if he has to choose between helping his party and helping himself. There's this other group of people known as the voters, right? He wants them to have an elected senator as soon as possible. I think that's what it's about. Yes, it helps him. I don't deny that. I'm not saying he didn't have any political calculus.
So he gets it both ways.
Yes, but I'm saying just maybe, his primary consideration was not helping himself.
The state of New Jersey, absolutely. It's representing which helps him get reelected.
Right, but Margaret, it is. But also, there is a much bigger picture here for Chris Christie, as we know, which is he's clearly got 2016 firmly in his sights. All his behaviour, ever since Hurricane Sandy, when he wrapped his arm around the president, virtually killing off poor Mitt Romney's chances of winning the election, and again recently, he's, I think, fighting a sort of one-man game against the Washington breakdown and any bipartisanship and saying, look, I can work properly here. I can be all things to all people. Isn't this a good thing?
I suddenly feel Republican when I talk to you. I mean, maybe he's actually just trying to say I should help voters. Maybe he puts his arm around Obama because he wants to help victims of hurricane relief.
Why are you so naive?
This isn't naivete. I'm not saying there's no political calculus around this. All I'm saying is that maybe he actually wants to help people too. When it's President Obama, and Republicans point to Obama, they say he's being calculated and say, no, Obama actually cares about bipartisanship. Maybe Christie does that at the same time that he's desperately aiming for 2016.
Tell me this, Margaret. I mean, is he already emerging as the compelling candidate to fight the next general election?
He is certainly emerging. Well, in a general election, absolutely. The question is, can he get through a Republican primary? And there are several questions. I mean, I think the Republican primary, personally, is going to look very different in 2016 than it did in 2012.
Right, what could stop him?
Well, I mean, there's this meme amongst Republicans that all of his behavior will stop him now. By not appointing a Republican like Chris Smith, the New Jersey congressman, that would stop him. By putting his arm around Obama during Hurricane Sandy, that would stop him.
But if they want to win, Mark, if they want to win the election, isn't this what someone like him has to be doing?
Absolutely, but that question presumes that Republicans do what makes sense. Over the last decade, there has been absolutely no evidence. Now the universe is back in order, right?